Good morning, good morning, good morning. I wasn't gonna make a video today because we're still in the same range over the weekend, but I was gonna do it just for some guidance as to what I'm looking at right now. As of right now, looking at Dixie on a daily time frame, it does look like we're at a resistance level. We should be pulling back a little bit to support, probably between 102.50 to 102 even. We don't want to lose 102 even, otherwise downside could get uglier into like low 101 50 level, and then that can be setting up our inverse head and shoulder. Like this is the neck, here's your two shoulders. We come over here, consolidate sideways here at that 101 level, make a shoulder, and then accumulate back up to break this previous high over here at that 104. That's kind of what I see setting up. But coming back to this consolidation level, today shouldn't make us worry, but as it comes down, you'll get upside on Bitcoin, ETH, and other assets. So at least you have that to give you a possible trade into the morning open. As the markets open, I will be watching Dixie. If Dixie gets above 103.10 and has open and closes above it, you should be very cautious for downside on markets to come. Because I was looking for Dixie to get a pushback off to 200, but if the 200 gets claimed, we could get some very, very interesting upside action, quick, fast moves. So just be aware of that for the daily. Let me quickly look at the weekly. I believe we're at the 21. Okay, so we're at the 21, but we claimed it. We're actually finding resistance at the 55. So coming back to 102.50 level wouldn't shock me or surprise me. Only after a daily open and close under 102.50 would I be concerned from downside to come. Until then, I'm looking for 103 to be claimed and then us to test into that 104 plus level. And yeah, that's something that we're going to see this week. This week looks like we're actually going to get some downside first. So probably to that 102.50 level. And that means we should be breaking the range on Bitcoin ETH for some upside as the days progress, into Wednesday. So now let's go back to the daily on Bitcoin. And here's Bitcoin on a daily. So Bitcoin's still at the bottom of the range at that 29,300, 29,400. It's only after we lose this level, 29,200, I want to say. Yeah, basically 29,200. If you lose 29,200 on a 4 hour open and close, downside is more likely, probably coming testing into 28,700. If you get a 4 hour open and close above 29,500, then you can have high hopes of coming to test into that 30,200. That's what Bitcoin is. And right now it does look like it wants to poke up, and Dixie's kind of giving that a downside preliminary preliminary uh, posture for open of downside, meaning upside for Bitcoin and everything else. And Bitcoin is making a nice little bull flag here, and you got another triangle consolidation in this bigger consolidation at the end of the consolidation after putting in some wicks on the bottom, showing you failure of the breaking downside of the 100 EMA, meaning support has been confirmed. Now you got this winding of your EMAs, preventing it from crossing down on the green EMA, showing you upside is more likely. And now if the buys can come in, you have a nice 0.50 to overclaim on the RSI, and then you can go test into your previous high over here, 30,200. That's as markets open. And let's see if the 4 hours is kind of saying the same thing. Daily is saying upside. Let's see what the 4 hour is showing you. Well, daily is saying upside, but it's at resistance. We've consolidated into a nice little triangle. So here's the 4 hour. It's showing you that it is like sitting on that 200 EMA. The second we lose 29,100 on a 4 hour open and close, that's your warning for downside to come. I would put an alert if I could, but I can't. And then if you get that 29,500 claimed with a 4 hour open and close, I think that's your warning sign of upside to come. If we're gonna get upside, I would probably expect it to come into New York Open. So trying to front run the market is probably not the smartest thing. But if you want to be into a long, you can start dollar cost averaging in. And this 29,150 is a nice area to get in, as you can see prior. But if these are lower highs, right? These highs are here, and these are lower highs. If these lower highs are a distributing Wyckoff distribution, you'll see these actually leg right down. I'm going to take out these lows and do a one-to-one extension all the way down to that 27,000 area we were looking for on the daily. Let me go back to the daily. 28,600, and then under that we got 27,200. So just be aware that 27 is very important after 28.6. All right. Now let's go to ETH, and I'll let you guys get out of here for the day. It's already turning into a much longer video than I wanted it. So I was long last night into open. I actually closed my trade on Pepe for like 800% gain. And I took a short on Pepe because altcoins, I'm seeing something different than I'm seeing on Bitcoin and ETH. So this looks like an inverse head and shoulder setup. This looks like a bull flag into consolidation. You're consolidating so tight in a triangle here. If you don't break up, I don't know how deep of a dive we're gonna get, but you're making higher lows. Okay, so this is the next higher possible low for the leg up, and every time you put in a higher low, look at the leg. If you were doing a channel over here, okay, you got up, down, up, down, up. That's the shittiest up, down, great down, not that low, not that deep. Now the next up, I'm looking for us to come up to like 22.7, 2270, 2270, around there, to take out this lower high. And then if we get resistance, we'll get a push back probably to like 2000, and then we get a leg back up even higher. So be aware that right now daily is also pointing up for Bitcoin as well as ETH. ETH is so tightly consolidated that your risk level is so small. Like under 1800, I'd be out of my long. Above 1925, I'd be out of my short. So, and then those are great levels to take your trades on, for a long and a short. On the 4 hour, it doesn't look as great as the daily. 4 hour does look like you're actually failing the 200 and you are actually about to push back down. If you get into this 1825 area, 1800 area, I would entertain a long into those and then probably take a stop loss right under 1790, 1780. So you have a little bit of wiggle room in case this descending wedge wants to play out all the way to like 1720, 1700. And that's kind of where I was looking for that next long, around 1720-ish. So yeah, like 1750 to 1720 seem like it's an opportunity for you to take a long. And that's if we get there. If not, I would be looking for a shorting opportunity on the high 2000s, around 2025-ish, around there. And that's kind of it, because right now to short this low, you're kind of, shorting the bottom, but you could have a stop above and let this ride another $100. And if you're taking a long here, it makes logical sense because it's on the EMAs, but the market is not going to give you a free ride. More than likely, they're going to sweep for liquidity to the downside, even if we're going to go up, to take out all the over leveraged longs that are probably just stacking, stacking, stacking. Retail world is probably long with open interest increasing like crazy. And yeah, I mean, if you turn on cumulative delta, you could see stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not rushing into Bitcoin and ETH. I was trading altcoins all weekend and they were giving amazing returns as Bitcoin and ETH went sideways. And that's the other thing I'm concerned about, is when altcoins rally as Bitcoin and ETH consolidate. Big move is coming, either upside or downside. I don't know. But when the Bitcoin and ETH move, I will not be in my altcoin. I will be in either cash or waiting to get into Bitcoin and ETH. because when Bitcoin and ETH move up, altcoins will lose Bitcoin buying power. And when Bitcoin and ETH move down, altcoin gets hammered in dollar value. So it's like, why am I going to take risk in an asset that I know I'm just scalping and trading and not wanting to hold that long term? I have no intention of holding Pepe long term, but I am going to trade the shit out of it. And it has been extremely, extremely rewarding for the last couple weeks, actually. I'm going to quickly go to Pepe. I know I shouldn't be doing this, but members is not full of people, so I don't have to concern myself with sharing trades of the asset that I'm doing, but I won't share what they're trading. But this was my trade on Pepe, and Cut Corners was in this with me, and basically only him because only me and him trade Pepe. So, do the victors go the spoils of war? All right, let me turn off my. There you go. So this is what I was trading. I was waiting very patiently for the test of this low. This fib is where I was going to enter from 10296 to this 1250. We got right to this green box, which is where me and Cut started our long. This was a few days ago. So in this little box after the golden pocket was breached, and then right as we were getting a touching of the golden pocket, you guys were seeing me take those profits for like 200% and whatnot. It was over here. From this long here to here, I took profit at the POC as well. That was like a couple 100% profit. Then when we claimed the POC, I took some shorts off the golden pocket and took profit on the POC. I mean, that was like 100, 200% here and there. And then what we did was when we started consolidating here and making a triangle, I took another long and then Cut Corners got in this long with me again. And I was telling him, hey, at 1300, we're going to take our profit. With 1300 came, it happened overnight. So we both got our profit, but I had 20% of my trade running. I had to take a profit over there, a little bit higher, was like another 200 to 400%, whatever. Then yesterday I was long again. We took that profit over here. And then last night I had a long set for the test of the support on the value area high. And we actually filled it. And then when I woke up in the morning, I took my profit on this green candle at about 800% profit.